Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third grade. My name is Mrs. Nixon. I am so excited to be here with you and support you to become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers. This morning, I was looking at one of my favorite books. It's about a very famous baseball player, Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was extremely brave, not only just with baseball, but a great story as being a dad. This one's called Testing the Ice. And if you want to find more about Jackie Robinson and how he was brave, then I recommend checking out this book. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can do that. You can visit your local county library or check it out on Sora. It's an app that we use here in Fresno Unified, and we love to celebrate our schools that are checking out books using the Sora app. In fact, we count down those top 5, and in third place this week is Wilson Elementary. So great job, Wilson. It's super easy. All you need to do to get your school's name up on our shout out board is to simply check out books on Sora and then encourage a friend or two. Okay, the second thing that I want to make sure that I remind everybody about are our activity books. So you're going to see an address that's going to pop up on the screen down below, and you simply need to send me an email or send me a note, and don't forget to include your return address, and then I will make sure that one of these activity books gets put in the mail for you. And remember, did I say it's free, right? So why would you not do it? All right. Today I have the 3 things that we're going to go through and talk about. We have our common roots, closed syllables, and context clues. Let's warm up those brains by looking at those high frequency words, those words that we come across often in our reading and writing. And in third grade, we really want to make sure that we're using them appropriately. Okay, we're going to talk about that one, especially today. We have a little homophone action that's going to happen. So let's go through, let's read them. Here we go. Should, would, yellow, years, your, right, laugh, and does. Okay, so our 2 words right here are your and your. They sound the same. So I've got Y-O-U-R and then the contraction Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Do you remember what this contraction stands for? That's right. It stands for 2 words. What are those 2 words? You, yes, are, you are. Okay, if you know that little trick in the back of your mind, I know you're going to figure out which your goes with which sentence. Okay, help me out. Let's go through. You forgot your lunch at home. I can say your. You're going to help me with the spelling, right? You forgot your lunch at home, and she will ask you when you're ready. Okay, so you said this contraction is short for you are. Let's try reading it with both words. You forgot you are lunch at home? Oh, that doesn't make any sense. So it's not going to be the contraction. It's just going to be Y-O-U-R, your lunch. And she will ask you when you are ready, if we break it apart. Nice job. That's a great strategy when you are doing any sort of little assessment. It's a great way to do a little checking for understanding, so great job. Let's look at some of those common roots. Now remember, common roots are, or a root word is just the smallest, most simplest form of a word. And sometimes it's just a part of a word, and it has meaning, but it doesn't usually stand necessarily on its own. So here's an example. N-U-M is not really a word, but it means number. And so you can use N-U-M to build words like numeral and number and renumber. So whenever you see that root, you know that these words are all related and they all are going to have to do something with numbers, right? Okay, we can look at it another way too. So ped, P-E-D, means foot. So anytime that you see this P-E-D, this root in different words, you're going to know it has to do something with your foot. So here's one, pedestrian. Do you see the P-E-D? Pedestrian just simply means someone who's walking on their feet. And pedal, what part of your body do you use when you're pedaling? That's right, your foot. Okay, great thinking today. Let's go through. I'm going to switch up our gears just a little bit and talk about syllables. Now, at the beginning of the year, we talked about 6 different syllable types. Today, we're looking at this closed syllable. We know a closed syllable is going to have a short vowel sound. It's either going to have that consonant vowel consonant, or you're going to see some vowel consonant consonant vowel, and I'm going to talk to you about what that looks like right here. All right, so I've got some words down here that we're going to do this with. How many vowels sounds are in a syllable? That's right, just one. There's one in each syllable. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to look for vowels. And we're just going to mark them. So in this word right here, how many vowels do you see? Oh, well, what's a vowel? A, E, I, O, and U. Good, okay. So O is a vowel. So I'm going to underline it because I see 2 of them right here, right? Okay, and to remember that they're vowels, I'm going to put V for vowel over the top. Now, in between, if they're not vowels, what kind of letter are they? They're consonants. So I'm going to put C for consonant. So anytime I have a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, I'm going to be able to divide my word between my 2 consonants. And my vowels are going to be short. So I've got follow, follow. Good. Let's do it again. A-E-I-O-U. Oh, yep, I see there's an E. There's an E, so those are my vowels. I'm going to mark them with V's. And these 2 letters in between are consonants, and I'm going to split my 2 consonants. And then I've got short vowels, because they're closed syllables. Velvet, velvet. Last one. We've got right here, are you starting to see the pattern? Good. A-E-I-O-U, we're looking for those vowels. I've got 2 of them. I'm going to say vowel, vowel. These are our 2 consonants. Split the consonants. What's our word? Kitten. 2 syllables. Great job. What does that look like when we go through and we want to practice it? So this is something that you could be asked to do in some sort of an assessment, or maybe your teacher's checking your understanding. And so right here, we're looking, it says, circle the words that have 2 closed syllables. Okay, then divide the word into those 2 syllable parts using just a line. Okay, so let's look right here. So we're kind of looking for that pattern. How many vowels can we divide our 2 consonants together? So does this have 2 closed syllables? Let's look. You know what? I'm going to do blue instead of black. Oops, because it's already in black. So let me put vowel, vowel, consonant, consonant, and I can split it right there. Basket. Do I get that same thing over here? R-E, okay, so here's my vowel, I have vowel, vowel, and I only have 1 F, so I have vowel, consonant, vowel, so I don't. This would be a short vowel, or I mean a long vowel, because it is an open syllable. So this is not what we're looking for. We're looking for ones that have closed. So again, finding those vowels, splitting when there's 2 consonants in between, kind of makes it a little on the easier side. Robot doesn't have the 2 consonants between the vowels. Do you see it? All right, then let's do one last one. I've got tiny. No, I don't see I've just have the one vowel right there. How about in problem? Yeah, I've got an O and an E. So I've got my two vowels. I've got my two consonants right there. I can split them. I've got problem right there. Two closed syllables. Okay, let's look down below. We're going to jump down and start talking about some of those related words. So right here it says related words have a common root or base word. Read each set of words and circle the related words. So we're looking for those common things. I love that this one is going to use the word we just practiced. So it has pedal, scouting, and pedestrian. What was our root word we just talked about? Do you remember? That's right, ped. So pedal and pedestrian both have ped. That's our common root word. Okay, let's look down here. Geology, geography, and graceful. Now they all start with the letter G, but that's not enough. What do we see? We see geo and geo. So these two words are related. They're not related to graceful. Awesome. Last one, matter, magnify, and magnificent. Did you see something that's the same? Yes, they both have this, and it's actually M-A-G-N, to have to do with being the size, it's large. Okay, let's finish off today by talking about some context clues. Now, authors, oftentimes when they're going through and they're doing some writing, they're giving you some words that you may not know. So let's look and see if we can figure out using the context, the words that are around it, if they can help us out. All right. People who lost their homes and everything they owned after a hurricane were the victims most affected by the storm. So what does the word victims? Does it mean scientists or people suffering? So think about it. What happened to these victims? That's right. They are people who lost their homes. Okay? They lost everything. So I don't think that they were necessarily scientists. They were people who are suffering, right? Excellent job. Okay, third grade, we went through today 3 different things. We talked about our common roots, we talked about closed syllables, and we finished off with those context clues. I know as you are practicing your reading tonight, you can start practicing and finding context clues to help you out. All right, remember, you're responsible for your learning success, so listen, ask questions, and share your ideas because together we can do so much more. Have a fantastic afternoon. I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.